We've been on this journey together for a long, long time. And I wanted to thank you for the phone call. And I just wanted to ask you again, why did you want me to come over here when you?
Well, you've been a good friend of Liberia. And I don't see it just as a duty. I see it as a concern for a country that you have interest in, and you pursue that. And we believe your concerns are genuine. And so we've opened the door for us to work together. That's why we call you.
Well, Mr. President, I can't tell you how many people worldwide, when they read your speech and you talked about having an office of the War Crimes and Economic Crime Court to.
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Cause me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in syntax simplicitas and in precision and explicit that the electoral process, we have really seen the terminus of it, but the Wanachis and the Holofollowers of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man!
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinative
Chai.
and of intellectual juggernaut.
Oh my God.
An aficionado.
Keep quiet.
That the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to the malformation cacophony of the citizen.
Hey! I hear me.
Then the court will be able to unravel who actually win. I think the Brodignagian Bugaboo of
sorry, you said what?
The Brodignagian Bugaboo of exasperation,
oh, wow,
emotional laceration by the citizen should really be pacified and look forward to the intellectual aficionados and juggernauts of the court to say cabido legitimata to force a result and give the actual result.
I don't understand you. Okay. Good morning, wherever you are. A pleasant good morning from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Today Show right here on your favorite dial, 107.5 and 95.5. The Today Show is your most preferred breakfast program. The program that brings to your attention all of the trending issues that you need to know, interspersed with entertainment and so much more. So this morning, my name is Yekezi Zobel. I'm sitting in here alongside my colleague Emmanuel Paling David. And of course, together we'll be driving you through until 10 o'clock this morning. So be there while we are here to take you through. What a beautiful day. And of course, a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. So when you wake up, take a second to think about what a privilege it is to simply be alive and healthy. The moment we start acting like life is a blessing, I can definitely assure you it will start to feel like one. So when you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, and to love. So folks, what do we have lined up on our plate this morning? Very shortly, we'll go into the day up segment of the show, and on the day up segment, we'll be bringing you the weather forecast, the daily exchange rates from the Central Bank of Liberia's website. We'll also bring you the various traffic congestion hotspots in the country. And of course, at 8:30 this morning, we're going to be playing host to some guests from the industrial free zone. All right, the Liberia industrial free zone. I don't know whether you've ever heard about that. I know most of you have heard about the Liberia industrial free zone, but you have not heard about its functionality for probably a couple of years now. Yeah, but it is still in existence. It is one government agency, that should be promoting local products in our country. But a couple of years ago now, nothing has been heard about this institution. So we decided to bring on some employees of the Liberia Industrial Free Zone Authority on the show this morning to tell us what is going on there at the free zone. Is it really operating? Is it active? Is it effective? If so, then how effective it is, how active it is. Is it still receiving government's funding? What do you out there know about the Industrial Free Zone Authority? What do you know about it? I understand that it was a kind of very vibrant sector, agency of government before, but what led to it being what it is, that nothing is being heard, or much is not being heard about it. So we're going to have as our guest Stephen Koffa, Senior from the Free Zone, Richard Jackson, also from the Free Zone, and of course, Afonso Kromai. They are all from the Free Zone. They'll be sitting in here this morning to tell us more about the functionality of the Free Zone. At 8:30, that is 15 minutes from now. Now o'clock, of course, we will ramble through some of the trending local happenings in the country and also sample views from you about some of those happenings until later on. And at 9:55, of course, we draw our winners. So now the Spoon 1075 Mega Daily Cash Splash is opened. So you can play if you wish The playing code is just *799#, *799#. You select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, which is just 70 cents USD or 100 LD, using only your new StarCell GSM SIM card. So once you do those, you automatically get into the draw and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. So you can play multiple times as you wish. You can play once, but it's a raffle draw. So the more you play, the more your chances are to win. So again, the playing code is *799#. You select number 3 for Spoon FM. You choose how to pay the playing fee, either through your mobile money account or through your airtime. And of course, you get automatically into the draw once you do that, and then stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. And 20 persons, as usual, will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars on the show this morning. So let me also in my colleague, Emmanuel Palin David. Emmanuel, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, Yagazi, and pleasant good morning to our audience. It's a blessing to be here today on the Tuesday's edition of the program, the Today Show, and I'm actually excited to be here to contribute in this way to the motherland. It's a blessing. How was your night?
Yeah, my night was good. Hope yours was splendid as well. Yeah. All right, so let's try to recognize some of those that are following us here this morning via Spoon TV Live. So J. Alaska Peters says, good morning. Thanks for following the show. Abraham VM Kamara is following the show. Ili Blackball Zaza is following the show. Samuel Barning Jr. is following the show. Wei Bala is also watching from Dupont Road. Okay, Dennis Ben is also following the show. Tamba Aliu is following the show from Bon County. Tamba, thanks for following. Yeah. Event Ben is also watching from Painesville, GSA Roll. Phoebe Warrior is watching. Elizabeth Williams is also watching. Or have William Boandolo is watching or following live from Nimba County. He calls Nimba the political California. Okay. Yeah. Anthony Chingo is watching and says, good morning, watching from Old Road, Monrovia. Thanks for following the show. Samuel Tamba is watching live from Cinco. Alex T. Sampson says, good morning, and he's following the show as well. Joseph Jacobson Derrick says he's watching from Banjor. So good morning and welcome to all of you watching the show this morning. Let's go quickly into our formalities because we have guests at 8:30 this morning. So let's bring you the weather forecast this morning in Monrovia. And according to weatheratlas.com, in Monrovia, showers are anticipated in the morning. Minimal precipitation is forecasted, and a mild temperature range peaking at a tropical 30 degrees Celsius and 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and bottoming out at a moderately hot 26 degrees Celsius and 78.8 degrees Fahrenheit is expected. And of course, the sun rose this morning at 6:56, and the sun will set later on this evening at 6:55. And the daylight will last for 11 hours and 59 minutes. That's the weather forecast. Showers are anticipated in the morning in Monrovia and its environs. All right, let's go to bring you the latest exchange rates on the CBS website. The buying rate is 189 Liberian dollars to 1 USD, and the selling rate is 191 Liberian dollars to 1 USD. But this kind of varies out there. If you go outside, the rates given there are quite different from what is on the CBS website. So it's going to vary from one location to another.
Sure.
Yeah. So, folks, that is it right here. You head into town this morning. Expect
very congested traffic.
Traffic congestion this morning. If you're heading from town, especially to Painesville, from Painesville to Central Town, expect a huge traffic congestion, especially along the Congo Town belt. Currently beginning at the Congo Town Guest House, coming down and passing through the former headquarters of the Unity Party, passing through the ministerial complex
just
and the 540 area.
Just a point with you. What I experienced a few minutes ago, the traffic stretches as far as the RC Lawson.
Okay.
So you have a very congested traffic, and you have huge presence of the LMP officer. They are doing some inspection because there are some unauthorized vehicles that are not supposed to plow the route from Pinsville to town if your car is not in a good condition. And it was quite a little unfortunate for me, the taxi that I rode from right there.
Oh, wow.
So they had to put me down around the old Unity Party headquarters so that the driver take a U-turn to go back because he was disallowed to use that route. So that's what I experienced not too long.
Okay, so if that's the case, then of course there's going to be a very, very huge traffic congestion along that particular route.
Sure enough.
And if you are using the back road, of course, expect a huge traffic congestion while approaching the main road. And if you're going further, the Catholic Junction is a traffic congestion hotspot. The Vamman Junction is going to be a traffic congestion hotspot. But before reaching the Vamman Junction, there's going to be a slow movement of the traffic. Beginning at somewhere around the Noonstar Cell headquarters or the headquarters of the CDC. There's going to be a slow movement of the traffic beginning right there and passing through not the ministerial complex, but the Invincible Park. All the way to the Vamman Junction. And the 20th Street is also going to be another traffic congestion hotspot because of the traffic light there. And moving forward, slow movement of the traffic at 12th Street, 9th Street. The Stella Maris Junction, as I call it. Expect slow movement of the traffic there because that is a school zone and also a working zone because you have the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on the opposite of the road. And the Capital Bypass Junction is going to be another traffic congestion hotspot. If you're using the Somalia Drive now, the Japanese freeway, the Bannersville Junction, expect slow movement of the traffic there. Coming deeper to town, the Vartan area is a traffic congestion hotspot, especially if you're heading to town this morning. Expect traffic congestion there. The Waterside Market, the Gabriel Tucker Bridge, there's going to be a traffic congestion right there. And also the various basic market areas, expect traffic congestion at those places, like the Red Light Market, the Omega, the Douala Market, and the rest of the basic market areas in the country. It is expected that traffic congestion will take place there this morning, and there's a likelihood, a high possibility of traffic congestion occurring at those same places during the evening hours. So yes, that is it. And the guys there at the ELW Junction are doing pretty well with the road construction. Yes. The road has been cold-tighted now. It's been cold-tighted. Just, I think finishing touches need to be done now. So far. So in the soonest possible time, I'm sure that particular area will be open to the public for use. And when open to the public, please, let's make a proper use of the road. Let's not misuse the road, especially commercial drivers, even some private drivers, motorcyclists. You need to make proper use of the road.
Sure enough.
Places that you're not supposed to pass.
Don't pass
where the barricade that the people putting over there. In that way you're supposed to pass. Because I know that junction will be so busy that some people, will want to pass over the barricade and areas that they're not supposed to pass, and that would just lead to, destruction. It's an early destruction of the road there, which will be bad for us. So I hope you guys take note and govern yourselves. So, folks, it's 25 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock. That's the initial time check right there in studio. So, like I said, we have guests from the Liberia Industrial Free Zone Authority. I know it's been a very long time you've not heard about this government agency. Yes, but myself thought of it of recent and decided to know how effective is this government institution. It was a very, very vibrant institution a few years ago in the country, but now we are hearing nothing much about it. You know, you remember NAFA? NAFA used to be dormant as well. We never heard much about NAFA until under the regime of President George Weah, when Edmund Glasgow took over at NAFA, and now NAFA is one of the vibrant government institutions.
That you would like to talk about wherever you go as a Liberian. You know?
Of course. So I think talking about the Liberian Industrial Free Zone Authority, I think is important, you know, for people to know about it, to remind government officials, the president, and whoever relevant authority listening, so that, you know, they can try to reawaken this institution, because it plays a very, very essential role. It's supposed to, you know, play a very, very essential role in the growth and development of our country, but it doesn't seem to be playing that role. What is happening to it? So we have guests from there. Stephen Kofa, Say Senior, from the Free Zone, will be sitting on the platform shortly. Richard Jackson will also be here shortly, and Afonso Zekroma. They'll all be sitting on the platform this morning to tell us about the Free Zone. So at this juncture, we will take a break to be back, but don't forget to play the Spoon 107.5 Mega Daily Cash Splash. Is on your radio this morning. Is a radio promo game or the raffle draw, and it just up to 20 winners every morning on this show, and each winner walks away with 2,500 Liberian dollars at the end of the day. So all you need to do to be a part of the draw is to dial the playing code *799# *799#. You select number 3 for Spoon FM, and you choose how to pay the playing fee. You either pay through your mobile money account or your airtime, and the playing fee is just 70 cents USD. 70 cents US.
70 cents or 100.
70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. Simple as that. So you can play multiple times. Singularly, what is all left with you, but it's a raffle draw. And so the more you play, the more your chances are to win. But first, let's take this quick break. When we come back, we'll be here with our guests. They are already here.
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Cause me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in simplicitas and in precision and explicit, that the electoral process, we have really seen the terminus of it, but the Wanachis and the Holopoloyes of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man!
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinative and of intellectual juggernaut.
Oh my God.
An aficionado.
Keep quiet.
That the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to the malformation cacophony of the citizen.
Hey! I hear me,
Then the court will be able to unravel who actually win. I think the Brodignagian Bugaboo of
Sorry, you said what?
the Brodignagian Bugaboo of exasperation,
Oh, wow.
emotional laceration by the citizen should really be pacified and look forward to the intellectual aficionados and juggernauts of the court to say cabido legitimata to force a result and give the actual result.
What be this?
I don't understand you.
Musa Belede is telling UP that Komi will not win. Komi will not win, so he only care about his seat. Really? Do you know me? If Komi now win the election, he will win my hand. Oh! If Komi now win the election, oh!
Breaking news.
If Komi now win the election, if I win my seat, I will resign.
Oh!
I'm telling you now.
Breaking
I will not
news.
go to the mansion. I will not go to the capital building.
Thank you.
Read my lip.
You the man
And the public is the best
on the
person on
record.
Twitter.
Wow. I'm challenging.
In keeping with Article 25, the sanctity of contracts, all those who have valid tenures who are replaced will be compensated for the unexpired portion of their tenures in keeping with law. There is a caveat to that. The Code of Conduct in Article 5.1 says all officials appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia shall not A. engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices, B. use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisan or political activities, and C. serve on a campaign team of any political party or the campaign of any independent candidate. That's the law. The law says you cannot be a tenured official and you actively take part in politics. Serve on a campaign team, dress up in campaign paraphernalia, post all your campaign photos, and do all the other activities, and then still expect your tenure to be respected or expect to be paid if your tenure is taken away. Therefore, we announce that for those individuals who have tenure today, who we have evidence violated the code of conduct, you will be replaced and will not compensate you. You'll be replaced.
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't they don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Cause me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in syntax simplicitas and in precision and explicit that the electoral process, we have really seen the terminus of it, but the Wanachis and the Holofollowers of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man.
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinative
Chai.
and of intellectual juggernaut
Oh my God.
and aficionado
Keep quiet.
that the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to
Okay, welcome back. You are listening to the Today Show right here, your most preferred breakfast program in odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. So, like I said, today on the show, we're going to be playing host to some individuals from the Liberia Industrial Free Zone Authority. And of course, they are right here with us in studio. And we also have alongside them a concerned citizen, Mr. Fansel Zekroman. They are going to be here with us for the next 30 minutes, and together we'll be discussing more about the free zone. So let me now welcome my guest to the studio. You guys are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Good.
Okay, it's a pleasure to have you for the first time, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure, exactly.
Definitely.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm good.
You just want to come a little bit closer to your microphones, okay? Yeah. So anything else, right? You want to say about yourself before we jump into the discussion?
Well, as you mentioned, I am a concerned citizen. I work in the shipping industry, very close to free zone.
Okay.
And I've always seen this place neglected, deserted, and therefore this has raised my concern to sensitize, to bring about some news to the public and to the government about an economic paradise that is laying waste.
Okay. Mr. Saint?
Yeah, okay. Again, I'm Stephen Kofa, Senior, and I work for the Free Zone in the Operation Department for Research and Policy. And I'm here basically to make the current call and appeal to the president to see how best he can reopen to increase the workforce.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear from you, Mr. Jackson.
I'm Richard N. Jackson, a bona fide employee of the Liberia Industrial Free Zone from the Security Department. I'm here to make an appeal to the government to see a reason to open the free zone.
Okay. Appeal to the government to see reason to open the free zone. So, firstly, a lot of people may not know about the free zone because it's probably been lying dormant for the last couple of years. Not much has been heard about it, especially the young generation. For the older folks, they probably heard about it a long time ago, but in recent years, there's not been any kind of information about the functionality or about the effectiveness of the free zone. So for the sake of those out there who don't know much about the Liberia Industrial Free Zone Authority, can you begin by, giving a little bit of history about the free zone? What is the mandate of the free zone?
Yeah, if I would just use the time. Thank you.
Yeah.
The free zone was created by the Act of National Legislature in 1975, but actually came into being in 1979. That's when it started official. But the airing started in 1972, where after the government of Liberia, the government then decided to do scouting in collaboration with UNIDO, United Nations Development Organization. They went to work and decided to do the cast after visiting other free zones in the world. So they came to work and established the free zone. And the free zone, the intent of the free zone then was to create more jobs, all right, more workforce for the Liberian people. It was not to seek a lot of funding to go into government coffers then, but to create more jobs, because the first setting was to create 200, from 200, 700, 1,000 plus, and today after 1990, the workforce came out to somewhere around 5,000 because we had almost 11 factories operating in the free zone then. Just to give a little brief history of that. So in the free zone at that time, we had the rainbow soap making. They were exporting soap to Guinea. We had logging companies there. We had agricultural implements being manufactured there. We had an oxygen plant there. Even prior to the war, a palm oil mill. Ground was broken down by the then president, Samuel Kedo. Even the structure went up and what that was looted. So, just to give you a gist history, that's where the free zone started from and where we are today.
Okay, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
Anything about the free zone? The history of the free zone?
Yeah. The free zone was established, according to Mr. CA, in 1979 to guide the development of the oriented industrial complex and to raise the needed much revenue, increase employment, and the advancement of technology. The free zone is about 2.7 miles from Monrovia, and from the city port is half mile. Okay, and so what the zone was created for.
Okay, shortly. So, Mr. Kroma, you as a concerned citizen, you want to tell us your own knowledge about the history and the mandate of the free zone.
Well, absolutely. I'm even very glad that my two colleagues have gone back to mention UNIDO, the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. I happen to be a beneficiary of UNIDO in a training program of the National Investment Commission as far back as the 80s. And at that time, definitely the free zone was in existence. Getting back to what they are telling you about the roots of free zone, I started by telling you that is an industrial economic empire that is laying down and it is wasting. Because the free zone, by its mandate, is meant to accommodate factories, is accommodate investors from in the neighboring countries, overseas, and all around, even Liberians themselves. And this will generate employment. We are constantly scourged by the lack of investment, employment in this country. And this was why the industrial free zone was established.
Exactly.
You know, get Liberians, get business people, get investors to come there. There are factories that are already built, you know. If you have your machines, you only come and install them and you can employ a lot of people. But we find this place going back to generations of 3 to 4 governments down the line, and it has not been functioning since the war. So we have got concerned because we are neighbors to the free zone. Like I told you, we are shippers. So if the free zone is booming, definitely it will be our success. Because you will find a lot of ships coming, bringing in materials, taking out exports, and so on, which are produced in the free zone. I remember rightly, I used to have some Pakistani friends who were producing steel rods at the free zone.
Definitely.
I also remember that there was a Ghana company that was producing some yogurt. I think they were called Fan something, you know. And that means that there is employment possibilities. And we want to sensitize the government. We want to advocate to the present government, which has come to change things around, to consider bringing up a temporary or some sort of management now that can begin to put the broken pieces around the free zone, you know. So we wish to come up with this advocacy to all Liberians to have a concern about the free zone. As you begin to hear from this broadcast, try to follow up, ask questions, bring suggestions about the free zone. Let the free zone not remain a sleeping giant.
Okay, let the free zone not remain a sleeping giant. Now, from what you've all said about the free zone, it tells me that this free zone was very vibrant a couple of years ago. You want to further expound on how vibrant it was couple of years ago compared to now, and what led it, to become a sleeping giant, like Mr. Krumah said.
Okay, if I could just come in, if we just go back to probably the war years before that, we had a steel plant. And that steel plant had over 100 employees. We had a soap making plant, a factory producing soap, shipping the soap to Guinea, Rainbow Industries, shipping to Guinea. So the employment opportunities were grown up by now. This is our own appeal, that why a government will come to power and be threatening to employ people, create jobs, when you have a facility, a place where you can bring in companies, create jobs for people, create that technical know-how, because factories, people that are coming there is there. Your raw material that you bring in is duty-free. You bring in your personnel there, your foreign personnel there, they will be there working and training Liberians at the same time. So why should we be fighting to create jobs when you know the government agency cannot employ everybody? I mean, all the government agencies are now stuck up for all employees. You want to put people down. So why then you can't open the free zone? We are here making an appeal, a clear appeal to the president. Open the free zone. Open the free zone.
When you talk about the government opening the free zone, what do you mean? Do you mean that the free zone has not been effective? Do you mean that the free zone has not been operating over the years, or the government has not been, allocating budget to the free zone? Is that what you're saying?
Let me just come in. The free zone operated openly to the public prior to the war. But presently, the free zone is not operating to the level it should be. There got to be some, I'm sure there's government has some budget, but we don't know who is there. We don't know where the money going.
But you are the institution, right?
Yeah, but we are saying that we are just people who were there before the war, but we are presently they got some set of people going on operating clandestinely. I was saying. So our whole appeal here is that if the government comes out now and appoint an ORC for the place, it means whoever there.
So currently there's no ORC there.
There's no ORC. There's no ORC.
So who's currently head in the free zone?
For me, I don't know. I don't know. But there's money in the budget.
You are an employee there.
There's money in the budget, and there's a group taking the money. So I mean,
who are those groups?
Well, it's a very good question. But I'm a government. But right, there's something in government called a budget. I know. Appropriate budget. People go to the national legislature to defend the budget and see how the budget has been expended. So if somebody if the Minister of Finance go to the national legislature, the House or the national legislature should be asking the free zone here. Where is the money going? Who is the person? Who is the money going? How do you expend the money? So it's level government. It's government so responsibility. We are there. We're fighting. We don't know who, but there's money in the budget. And somebody there is taking the money.
Yeah, so
who is that person is what we want to know. But you can go ahead.
I have a question for Mr. Krumah. I listened to you initially when you were talking about the free zone as an economy that has lots of things in store as a job provider. So my question is, how can government reawaken this free zone to be a job provider? In my understanding from your exposés, that this free zone can create a lot of jobs and contribute immensely to government coverage. So how government can reawaken this free zone?
Thank you very much. As I told you, my role is a sort of preparatory advocacy role. to help my friends who are here because they have worked for the free zone. And I have known the free zone since the time it started operating in 1979.
Okay.
And by its charter, it is autonomous. And it has a set budget allocated to it.
Exactly.
And then the ministers of finance, commerce, National Investment Commission, the managing director of Freeport, and so forth. All of these people constitute the board.
Okay.
And they are all present functionaries in this government. As they are saying, the budget of the free zone continues to be allocated. But who is getting this budget and putting it into use and not reporting and not accounting for anything? The free zone is empty, it's dormant. There is nothing there. But that place is very, very promising. As we say, it is to generate the industrial exporting factor of Liberia. You would have seen by now many, many, many Liberians who would have been doing businesses there, employed there, and getting an income, building their lives, and so forth. We ourselves in the shipping industry, there is a space there for us to bring in people who want to build shipyards. You understand? There's no shipyard here. There are hardly any large vessels coming into Liberia. This is a loss of income. So that is where the free zone is. That's why we are interested in generating this advocacy, this sensitization, so that the government, we are appealing, those who have ears close to President Joseph Numa Boakai, please get up again and try to see where the free zone is lying down helpless, and let us bring it to function.
I think you want to add.
Yeah, I think you mentioned something about the question of how the free zone would create more jobs.
Yeah.
I think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
For example, you brought in a company, a steel plant. You brought in a steel plant. The steel plant would definitely will bring in, let's assume, so to speak, we employ 2 persons. If you bring in a palm oil plant, it will employ 3 persons. That's 5. I mean, so companies that are coming in, we have 11 factories already built. We have plots there. So if you bring in a company that will employ 1,000 employees, 1,000 Liberians, then another company can employ another 500 Liberians. Now 1,500 Liberians are being employed. Our whole concern is, instead of government thinking about the agencies, the government ministries or so, we are saying that reactivate the free zone, open the investment line, let investors come in to the country, let them build factories and bring in their machines to train Liberians and employ Liberians. That's our quest. That's our appeal. So at the end of the day, I can tell you, because of the lucrative incentives, that the free zone has, duty-free privileges, 100%. Any investor that sees that wants to right away grab that place. And in grabbing that place, there's method going out. I can tell you. If we just go back small to Togo, Togo started in 1989. We started in 1979, Togo started in 1989. But I tell you, read about Togo. People will tell you that it is booming. In fact, it's all over. All the appendages have been spread all over Togo land. Togo is one of the best free zone now in West Africa. So this is how I feel again.
Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at a budget here that has been allocated to the free zone since 2014, 2016, and there are a lot of other budgetary projection here for the free zone. Like 2014, 2015 fiscal year, a budget of 52,000 was allocated to the free zone. You as employees of the free zone, what has been your own observation about the usage of this budget that's allocated to the free zone? Is it just a budget intended for recurrent expenditure or to pay staff? Or what has this group that you are talking about that is probably purporting to be heading the free zone, what have they been doing with this budget all along?
Yes, let me come in.
Okay.
The budget you are talking about, the money is intended for the employees.
Only for the employees.
Yeah.
Salaries and benefits.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Over the time.
But have you guys been regularly receiving your salaries and benefits?
Not at all.
Not to my knowledge.
Not at all. We don't know who is really taking the money, except when the government set up an interim management team. Is that team that will be able to get to the finance ministry to find out who has been signing for that money.
Thank you.
So you have been at the free zone all along for how many years, and you have not been receiving salaries?
Since Madam Sally's time.
Wow.
The last salary, the last arrear we had was July 11, 2011. That was Kafuan time that Kafuan gave us that arrear. Since then, we have never had any. We usually hear that free zone is in the budget. Even this coming budget, if you look there, you see free zone will be there, but we don't know who is always signing for that money.
But then since this, have you ever been able to engage those that are purporting to be heading the institution to inquire as to why you are not being paid, and you're waking up every morning going to work? It's been a couple of years or months, and you have not been paid. Did you one day care, making an inquiry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think you know what you call bureaucratic red tapes.
Okay.
And barriers have been created. People in connivance with other people, with top officials, and they go ahead and do what they're supposed to do. You will not allow me to have an access. We'll have access to that paper because of our own quest for that particular paper. Somebody leaking. The person say, "Look, what I'm giving you, please do not tell anybody about it." That is a very sensitive paper that we have with you giving to you in studio. So people create barriers, blockade that we can't reach. Even I'm telling you, if we didn't come here, maybe the president, if the president doesn't hear what we are saying today, there will be other people who will hear it. So if the special assistant to the president, and you heard this thing on the radio, if you have an interest, if you don't have an interest rather in the whole free zone business, somebody come to you and tell you, "Oh man, forget what the people think." You know what I'm talking about? The librarian will say, "Forget what people think." I think they know what they're doing. Definitely, you're not telling the president. But if you have an interest in the people, in the government, the Liberian people, and want to see development, want to see Liberian people employed, you tell the president, say, "There's an opportunity. Let's explore that avenue. Let's explore that avenue and see what is there so that we can go to work and so do." So this budget thing, we don't know. I mean, definitely we don't know. For me, I don't know who is getting it. But people are signing for it at the ministry. Maybe hereafter we begin to do our search, and then we'll come back to Spoon Radio and tell them and say, "This particular person is the one who's signing for this money." Give her that benefit of the doubt.
Okay, thank you very much. Imadi, just want to adjust the camera. Somebody said, and I'm seeing it. The camera.
I'm lost though.
Yeah, Mr. CA is off the camera. Yeah, so just do that adjustment. But folks, if you just joined us, you are listening to the Today Show right here on your favorite dial, 107.5. We're also coming to you live on Spoon TV, Super TV, and Fabric TV live this morning. We have some folks, employees of the Free Zone, Mr. Stephen Copper Senior, and Mr. Richard Jackson. They are all here from the Free Zone, a government institution that has been lying dormant, like Mr. Groman termed it, a sleepy giant. It has been over the past few years. And you also have Mr. Groman himself, who is a concerned citizen. They are here to provide sensitization about the Free Zone And of course, they've been calling on the government of Liberia, to see how best they can appoint, officials of that particular area so that they can have it open to create more employment here for the country. But Mr. Kroma, you want to expand further on your own interest as a concerned citizen and somebody from the shipping industry in the free zone.
Yes, that's why I'm telling you the free zone has the potentials for the establishment of a shipping yard, a shipyard. We term it a shipping dock place where you can bring in vessels, service them, maintenance them, and that's a lot of money, a wide scope, a fertile ground for employment. Definitely, if the free zone is into being, you will see the traffic of ships increasing here. Like, for instance, there are surveys that have indicated that there are about 11 ships sunken in the territorial waters of Liberia. Now, if you have an industry like what I'm describing, where these ships can be brought, and cut into scraps, that is another industry that you can create. For instance, right now, we have one of our vessels sunken, and 3 times we have confronted people from Ghana, from Ivory Coast, and from other areas, and they tell us, look, just to resurface this vessel, it will cost you about 150,000. You see, I can remember I talked to some group from Ivory Coast recently, and they are telling me that, okay, what we can do, we can resurface this vessel and buy it and so on, because they know that we are helpless. You understand? We can't do anything. And they are saying, from a calculation of 627 net tons by 250, which will be about 156,000. And for God's sake, these guys are telling me that they will only pay 22,000, So definitely, this is a mockery. But if these facilities are in existence, believe you me, there are more than 3 groups that we know that will want to come and establish a dockyard, a shipping yard that will solve these problems.
Because in addition to that, at the free zone already we have built a ship deck, a dock there where a Korean were there building boats, and also carrying on fishing at the free port. There's a pier just at the outskirts of the free zone at the back that belongs to LIZA, the Liberian Industrial Free Zone Authority. So we already have all these facilities are there already. All these facilities are there. The only thing is to make use of them. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, so moving forward, you have a new government, Ambassador Joseph Yuman Buakai. So what are some maybe specific recommendations that you would like to make to Ambassador Buakai? And if those recommendations are taken into consideration, what do you think Liberians stand to benefit in the soonest possible time, or let's say in the short term or in the long term? What do Liberians stand to benefit?
Okay,
yeah, let's start with Mr. C. He hasn't been talking for a while now.
Yeah, I want to recommend that the president should have the free zone open.
Okay.
In order to have companies coming to Liberia. The free zone has already been in existence for a very long time. And so there are factories already been built. Those factories should be utilized. The factories are all there in Rome. And so when the president opens the zone, I think those factories will be utilized by companies. There will be no need for companies to come and to construct another factories. But if they wish, we have plots that they could use to build the external factory that they will need, and that will help to bring in investments.
Okay.
And also increase the employment of Liberia rather.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, Legacy, thank you again. I always say thank you because I'm very much appreciative of what you're doing. The first thing is that the president must be meticulous. He must be meticulous, must be prudent to see the wisdom that he has and use it wisely. He has a rest program. I mean, that arrest, that's the program he has for the Liberian people for the next 6 years, the arrest. We want him to look into it. Job creation is there. Job creation is there. And I can assure him, there's no other way the president can create job now without going to that free zone. Because the free zone has the facilities. The free zone has the facilities. There are a lot of companies all around here, industries all around here, and they really don't have anywhere to go. Someone saying that on Refi there, then he said he's producing soft drink. We'll have a facility that he can use. So once we have people, the industry going to the free zone to invest there will be reduced prices in all the commodities that will be produced, because the taxes will be lowered. They will not be paying taxes 100%. In fact, at a free zone, if you come in, we said there will be no bureaucratic red tapes.
Okay.
The free zone itself will show the responsibility to run behind your registration paper to ensure that every other thing that you're supposed to do with the government, the free zone takes the responsibility and has somebody who will serve as a liaison to do the work. So we are saying, for me, President, I'm saying that the president again should be very prudent, meticulous. You know, right now is not a time for ecstasy. No way, no enjoyment time right now. It's time for the president to work. And the only thing he's to be looking at now is to make sure that jobs are created for the people. And how do we create a job? Go to the free zone. All the buildings are there. All the buildings, the factories are there. Reopen the place, and at the end of the day, you will see your dream of having more Liberians employed will come and become a reality.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Kroma.
Yes, to add to what my colleagues are saying, we will appeal to President Joseph Nyuma Boakai to constitute a mini assessment team to liaise particularly with the Minister of Finance, from whose end this budget that is being exploited, originates. And secondly, the board of directors of the free zone, by its constitution, should, involve most of the active people in the government: the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Commerce, the National Investment Commission, the Managing Director of the free zone, of the free port, and so on. So we want President Joseph Nyuma Boakai to concern himself about reconstituting the free zone board.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the mini assessment team will now bring reports to the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Finance will channel these reports to the President in order to see that free zone comes back again.
Okay, but you're just making recommendations, and you've got a lot of good ideas in, reawakening the free zone. Have you been able to meet with the Boakai's administration? Have you been able to engage with any government official from the Boakai's administration and hear from them what they will say, about all of the good ideas that you are proffering? Because yes, I know the media is another way, but also engaging them, maybe directly writing a letter to them to have a dialogue or conversation about this. Do you think that will also be prudent?
Okay, thank you again. They say a million man start with the first step.
Okay,
and this is the first step. So we want to create an awareness of the free zone and what is unfolding there. So hereafter, we'll begin the process of engagement.
Okay.
We'll try to see how best we'll find a partner, somebody who will lead us to the president or to the Minister of State, and we try to begin the discussion of the issue. any other good thing that come out of that, even if it's not good, we'll definitely inform the public about it. That's for sure.
Okay, so let's go to the phone lines and take a few calls. 0777-771-075, 0777-771-075, 055-101-075. We have in our studio Mr. Stephen Kofase Senior of the Free Zone, Mr. Richard Jackson also of the Free Zone, and we also have Mr. Afonso Zer Kroman. He's a concerned citizen, and they're all here in the studio talking about how, the government can redirect the Free Zone to be a provider of more job opportunities in this country. So let's go to the line and talk to the first person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I'm Emmanuel Brown calling from New Jersey.
Emmanuel, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Your studio guests for coming on the air. Liberia is sick. Liberia don't have middle class because of the government abandonment of the past vision of the leaders of the past government. You have Free Zone, you have the industrial park, government have forsaken this thing. And these things will help to empower Liberians and also empower the government. Because when your people is not in power, there can be no development. So I want the government to set up a committee to investigate the Free Zone. Okay. Because we view the Free Zone as an integral part of all the graduates of the vocational schools. But today, we don't hear about Free Zone no more.
Okay.
So I thank you guys for coming on the station. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I am Philip Ross of the Liberia Free Zone Authority. Good morning, Mr. Pierre. Good morning, my colleagues. I highly appreciate what my colleagues are doing because the Free Zone has been lying dormant. Myself, I presented the Free Zone a couple of months ago. I felt very, very bad because the Free Zone has been a beacon of revenue. Just as I said, we had a shipyard there where they were building fishing boats. The first seaplane ever in Liberia was in the Liberia Industrial Free Zone compound, and many other good development. But today, everything has been gone into ruin. So I'd like to thank my colleagues that, for the initiative.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this other person. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I am Matthew E. Green. I'm calling from Johnsonville.
Okay.
Thank you for your program. Liberia is a virgin country, regardless of the length of years she has existed for. Liberia has a lot of opportunities where to invest and develop this country. The Free Zone is one example where if Waka really wants to succeed in his arrest program, he should set up a committee, including the Ministry of Finance, Trade, and Commerce, and look at the viability of that Free Zone, and then reinstate that Free Zone so that Liberia and Liberians can derive some benefit from it.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person here. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from? We'll take two more calls after here. Yeah, good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I was on the line and the phone went off. Yeah, comment on the budget. The budget, over $50,000 have been put in the budget, and the skeleton star that was set up, a Google skeleton star headed by one Voodoo Wilson, they have been using this money, and we have gone after them many times. Just as Steven said, there's a barrier. Even if we go to the Ministry of Finance, we can't get any redress.
Okay.
We have called on government, and government have not done. So I take this time to appeal to the Waka government to please see within to open the program.
Thank you.
That's the only way that I work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take one more call. We already out of time. One more call. 0777-771-075 055-101075. Let's talk to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from. Good morning.
Good morning, Yagazi.
Let's hear you, sir.
This is Charles Wilson, employee of the Liberia Industrial Free Zone.
Okay, Charles, go ahead.
I just want to appeal to the government, especially President Joseph Nabka, to reopen the zone. The zone will help this government a lot to employ people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The Queen's is president. They've been hoovering on the line for a while. Good morning, quickly.
Well, you can say thank you so much. My name is Thomas Kumar. I call from Upper County.
Okay, Thomas, let's hear you.
So the thing is, what caught my mind and my attention when the gentlemen in studio are explaining how their budget have been used by people over the years. They will just go there and see that the person sign. And, you know, the free zone is lying empty. Like the woman said, is a giant waste. And you know, the people signing up behalf of the free zone. How can this be possible? We live in a country and then the entity is not receiving their full benefit, but people are signing up behalf and they can't be made whatsoever that no, it's too troubling.
Okay.
Come here and investigate.
Thank you very much. Let's cut across now. To our guests, we have limited time. We are already out of time. Let's begin with you, Mr. Say. You listen to the callers. You want to respond to some of the things the callers said, and also in the process give your concluding statement.
Okay. Well, they said it all. I think we all are in the same boat.
Okay.
Making an appeal to the president to see the reason, his best judgment was to open the free zone. And again, the best way is the safest way.
Okay.
And the safest way is the best way, whichever way you turn it. So the best way is to open the free zone, and the safest way is to open the free zone. You open the free zone, you will not be all around here talking about white folks. You will increase the number of Liberians working, and that would be one of the Herculean tasks that he has achieved in his government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sear. Jackson, sorry.
Yeah, the free zone that we are talking about, many people don't know where it is established. It's on the Bushwa Island behind the Bonmans Bridge.
Okay.
Opposite the Liberian National Coast Guard is where the free zone is situated. I want to say thank you to the many callers for their view. And I want to say thank you to the Spoon Studio and call upon the president to please see reason to have the free zone open.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Kroma, quickly, let's hear from you before taking leave.
Yeah, we are very happy that the callers have been following what we have been saying here, and they have come up to even make more suggestions that could now be utilized. For instance, they are saying there is a revelation, which I did not know, that one Mr. Buru Wilson is the person to whom such budgets that have been put in for free zone are channeled. Whatever that is, we will have cause to investigate. So there is a room for investigation. And somebody said that Liberia is a virgin country for investment. And definitely that is true. We have a lot of small mini industries scattered all around. Now, if they were compacted to the free zone, there will be a great deal of benefits because they would have duty-free facilities, and that will reverberate for reduction of prices of what they produce. You know, so the free zone is absolutely necessary to be reawakened.
Okay, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you, and wish you guys success in your endeavor.
Thank
welcome.
Thank you. So, folks, that's it. You listen to the voices of Mr. Stephen Kofa Say, Senior of the Free Zone, Richard Jackson of the same authority, and Mr. Fanso Kruman, who is, a concerned citizen of the free zone. And thanks for your listening role. You're listening to the Today Show. We take a very quick break. Once we come back, we delve into other discussions right here on your radio. Let's take this break to be back.
Good day, sir. What's your name?
I'm Peter Victor, Prof. Famously called Prof.
Okay, famously called Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, like this now, election don't finish. They don't pick president. What do you get to talk about this whole election thing? Cause me, I dey confused. So I just want to know from you, what do you get to talk about this election?
Let me say in simplicitas and in precision and explicit that the electoral process, we have really seen the terminus of it, but the Wanachis and the Holofollowers of Nigeria, the citizens, some of them felt lambast. They felt bamboozled by the whole process. They felt that they are with these masturbation cacophonies.
Continue.
That the result have been hijacked.
This man.
Whatever be their believability,
Jesus.
I am of the ratiocinative and of intellectual juggernaut.
Oh my God.
An aficionado.
Keep quiet.
That the court is an efficacious instrumentality to be able to juxtapose and delineate on this issue and give exuberant, effervescent, prolific, and prodigious remedy to the malformation cacophony of the citizen.
Hey! I hear me.
Then the court will be able to unravel who actually win. I think the Brodignagian Bugaboo of
Sorry, you said what?
the Brodignagian Bugaboo of exasperation,
Oh, wow.
emotional laceration by the citizen should really be pacified and look forward to the intellectual aficionados and juggernauts of the court to say cabido legitimata to force a result and give the actual result.
What be this? I don't understand you.
Musa Belede is telling UP that coming will not win. Coming will not win, so he only care about his seat. Really? Do you know me? If coming now win the election, him will win my hand. Oh! If coming now win the election, oh, breaking news. If coming now win the election, if I win my seat, I will resign. Oh, I tell you now, I will not go to the mansion. I will not go to the capital building.
Thank you.
Read my lip.
You the man
And
on the
it's not
record.
coming. It's the next
On the
person
record.
Wow.
I'm challenging.
Keeping with Article 25, the sanctity of contracts. All those who have valid tenures who are replaced will be compensated for the unexpired portion of their tenures. In keeping with the law. There is a caveat to that. The Code of Conduct in Article 5.1 says all officials appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia shall not A. engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices, B. use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisan or political activities, and C. serve on a campaign team of any political party or the campaign of any independent candidate. That's the law. The law says you cannot be a tenured official and you actively take part in politics. Serve on a campaign team, dress up in campaign paraphernalia, post all your campaign photos, and do all the other activities, and then still expect your tenure to be respected or expect to be paid if your tenure is taken away. Therefore, we announce that for those individuals who have tenure today, who we have evidence violated the code of conduct, you will be replaced and will not compensate you. You'll be replaced.
Okay, folks, welcome back. You listening to the Today Show right here on your favorite dial 107.5 FM. My name is Yekezi Zobe, and of course, I'm here with my colleague Emmanuel Pauline David. Yeah, so let's now delve into other trending issues in the country. We have a press release from SOUP. So, SOUP, in this press release, SOUP press release can be very long. So, we couldn't take the time to read it here. So, we just read the caption of the press release. So, SOUP is saying that, according to the caption, SOUP frowns on the indefinite closure and demands the immediate reopening of the University of Liberia, gives 72-hour ultimatum, calls on the Bouaka Kun government to settle there's the offer liabilities, and warns against the politicization of education in the country. Yeah. So SOUP has frowned on the government. They are calling for the immediate reopening of the University of Liberia, and they've given the government of Mr. Bouaka 72 hours to reopen school. And they are also calling on the government to settle the liabilities of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. As you may know, the University of Liberia Faculty has been on a go-through action of recent, demanding salaries and benefits for some of their instructors. Yeah, so ever since the university should have opened, I think you from the university, you can better talk about that. The university should have been open ever since, but because of this ongoing, strike action by the faculty association of the university, it is yet to open, thereby procrastinating students' time, delaying students, and all of that. So SOUP, this has gotten into the attention of SOUP, and they've made a public statement about that, demanding the University of Liberia to, resume classes or reopen in 72 hours. If not, they will be taking unspecified action, and usually SOUP's unspecified actions can be protest. Yeah, and you just want to chime in on that.
So I think the issue about the opening of the University of Liberia is centered around the issue of part-time instructors. For those of you who are regular follower of news, and for those of you who are students of the University of Liberia, you can recall some semester back, and even last semester, there was some issue about part-timers. And even in my department, the Department of Communication and Media Studies, we even experienced some difficulties in having some of those part-timers who are teaching some courses at the University of Liberia coming to class regularly. So this issue has caused the reopening of the University of Liberia, and there have been meetings upon meeting, but the end result of this entire issue to have the part-timer being paid has been a very serious issue, and this is an issue that has been inherited by this government from the previous government. So having part-timers to be paid has been the main issue that is surrounding this entire stuff, and their well-being as well, because you're gonna have people coming to work teaching, they have families too, and this issue need to be settled. You guys, to be real, it needs to be settled. You cannot have responsible people who have families, and they are coming every day teaching. Some of them, the institution is holding their months, not just 1 or 2 months. So I think the action from SOUP and SOUP communication need to be looked into, so that it can be resolved, so students can go back. And this has caused the university to be behind the academic calendar. Just imagine, we close since December. Up to now, we haven't opened just semester 1. we concluded with semester 1 December, and up to now we haven't opened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and there's an issue that has caught the attention of Representative Yeka Koloba.
Yeah.
He has been speaking about this issue. Let's hear from him. Let's not preempt what he said, but let's rather play you this video footage, an excerpt for those of you listening, of Representative Yeka Koloba angrily, speaking about, the issues raised by the Student Unification Party.
Call on Joseph Baka and people to stop harassing the elderly students.
Okay, so
let me tell you something. You can't come in power, you say you want to change, then you try to bring hardship on the people. What the poor got concern? What is he doing to address the poor concern? What is he doing? But let me talk.
But the students who came on the street.
My man, if you don't listen to the poor concern, they will even go to the marshal. If the plight cannot be heard, the plight will be heard to the marshal. You understand what I'm saying? The only Joseph Parker and Jeremiah could be here right now to implore the family involvement.
No, now there you go again. Accusation. No, you gotta give the media. No, give the media a chance to ask you. What do you mean by you can't come and start accusing?
I got evidence and more evidence. I am telling you, if the elderly student concern cannot be addressed, they got a right to come on the road.
Then they'll be infringing on your right. So,
my man,
how long it took you to get to work today?
Solve the people problem. I don't want to know. It take me 10 hours to come to work. At least I'm here. The issue is the poor problem of this solved. They get concerned. They seem foolishness. They AFL people. At the end of the day, the chief of staff have to resign under pressure. What is this? What is this? Look,
calm down. You seem to be angry. Calm down.
Let me tell you something.
Calm down. Calm down.
In there with arm. No people are not armed. When they move in there with arm, the justice minister will send for him and the Dauda point. They will tell all while they're using arm on the surveillance.
But they're not using it on the students.
When police move inside there with arm, answer question for it. The president need to be sat in this country.
Okay.
We throw on the same thing here. Doing George Weata, President George Weata, and the same thing happening in less than 1 month. What the hell going on?
It's a government. Who should be held responsible? You,
government. But you will sit on the government. I'm the mechanic for this car. When the car break down, we'll just say on the road and move away. The concern will be handled. The concern must be addressed.
Okay.
The concern will be addressed. Whether it don't make sense, sit down and listen to something that don't make sense and get a sense on it.
Okay.
They're doing it.
Okay.
The only thing the legal advisor doing, now Buju Ben Keita has become a jungle justice man. Putting a mob in
check out how you talk to the legal advisor to the president. You got to calm down on her.
Buju Ben Keita is against her. I said my statement.
The legal advisor to the president
he's behaving against her.
That's too strong, sir. You are honorable man.
We jump for NAFA. We will go to LTA.
Okay.
We will go to Central Bank.
What did you go to NAFA?
My man.
You don't work there. You work here.
We went there to reassure the people that the law will be the law. No jungle justice will take people out of a position in this country. The changing laws are very clear.
Okay.
Take the person from them, of course.
But they accuse her of him being her position and wearing CDC.
We agree. We agree. But is that the procedure to say we'll take you up? Follow the law. Let the person know that they are guilty for something. Have Joseph Parker now violated the code of conduct of this country?
Do you have any record of our president?
Wait. Joseph Parker could be one of the shortest serving president of this country.
Okay. All right. You heard him. Yeke Koloba there. He is usual mood, speaking on national issue. He first started off by talking about the issue with the students at the University of Liberia, speaking in relation to the press release of SOUP coming up, and raising concerns about the reopening of their institution. And he later on, transitioned to talking about the tenure position, how he's going to be visiting various institutions where individuals occupy tenure positions, and reassuring them that the law will take its course. That's Representative Yeke Koloba in this mood again.
And I have a view to expose in this entire issue about the student unification.
Yeah, but just before your
party.
view, don't forget the Spoon 107.5 Mega Dedicated Splash is on your radio. So you can keep on playing at 9:55 here. We'll be drawing our winners. 20 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. And all you need to do to be a part of the draw is to dial the playing code using only your non-star cell GSM SIM card. The playing code is *799#, *799#. Once you dial *799#, you're going to see a list of radio stations, and Spoon FM is at number 3. So what you want to do is to select Spoon FM at number 3, and the next thing you want to do is to choose how to pay the playing fee. The playing fee is just 70 cents US or 100 Liberian dollars. All right. So yeah, you can pay it using your mobile money account or your airtime. That is, you have to go in and buy the recharge card and activate it on your SIM card, and then pay the fee. You can play multiple times because it's a raffle draw, and so the more you play, the more your chances are to win. So keep on playing. *799#. *799# is the playing code, and just follow the instruction. It's very, very simple. It's ain't complex. It's ain't complicated. Just that *799#, and once you are literate, I mean, you can easily follow the procedure. At 9:55, we'll be joining 20 winners here this morning.
Sure enough.
So yeah,
so in as much we want the university to open, and we want government to react to the plight of the part-timers and the faculty of the University of Liberia in a rapid manner. But we have also been talking about the issue of engagements in this country across all spectrum, all sectors of this country. We've been talking about that, how we can channel our grievances, how we can channel our plight so that we get a result that will be a very good one for each and every one of us. And on the issue of protest, I think we have protest in this country for so long, and some of those things that we've protest for, we didn't see it coming to fruition. So I think there are ways in which we can channel our plight so that we can draw the attention of government instead of having a protest that will one way or the other turn brutal. One way or other, it will turn into a way that we don't want it. And we saw what happened on yesterday. So I think doing so will be a very good thing for us. We are a very civilized people. This country is a very civilized country. And these are future leaders we're talking about. So I think there are ways in which we can dialogue to have this resolved. And I think this is a system that has been set up that is contributing to the way the part-timers have been treated over time. And in tackling that system to make it a very good one, it requires time and it requires attention. So what am I saying? We need to rethink how we bring some of our plights so that we attract the attention of the requisite authority so that our plight be adhered to, rather than everyday protest. You know, when you protest, you are obstructing the right of others. You block rules, and there are people who are going on some of that business strategy, and you will prevent them from getting what they're supposed to get. So in my mind, I think this issue of protest that would turn the other way around, chaotic, some would call it, we need to rethink the way we address our issues in this country in dialogue.
Okay. And talking about protest, right here in Guinea, the capital city of Guinea, we understand that it came to a standstill on yesterday as workers took part in a nationwide strike action.
Yeah.
And my understanding is that the strike action continues today. So this action is being undertaken by the Guinean Trade Union Movement. an umbrella group of major unions in the West African country. And they've urged public and private sector workers not to turn up to their jobs starting from yesterday, and that this action is an indefinite action. So they are demanding lower food prices. So according to them, there's inflation in the prices of food. They are also demanding the lifting of internet restrictions and the release of prominent of a prominent media activist by the government. So beginning yesterday morning, according to the BBC, schools, shops, and roads were empty in the usually bustling city of Conakry. And nothing basically was going on. And this strike action, it comes just a week after the Guinea's military junta had dissolved the transitional government, which had been in office since July 2022, without providing any reason. So that action continues there today. Yeah, until the trade union is saying that they will indefinitely, go on or take that strike action until their plights are resolved. And what are their plights? Like I said, they are calling for the lowering of food prices, the lifting of internet restrictions, and the release of a prominent media activist. Yeah. So that's in neighboring Guinea. So right here in Liberia, as you may know, President Boubacar is still appointing individuals. Some of the individuals already appointed are undergoing confirmation currently. And yesterday, the Minister of Information designate, Jerolimic Pia, was his confirmation hearing was held on yesterday. And at that hearing, he said a lot of things. He said a lot of things. So one of the things that he said was that he pledged, he called on the government, the legislature, to kind of repeal this decree establishing the Ministry of Information. Yeah. So he has called on the legislature to repeal the military law of former President Samuel Kanyando to open the LBS to every sector of the country. And according to him, Liberia has transitioned from the war era, and now we are on a democratic rule. So since indeed the tenets of democracy are being upheld, there's a need to repeal this military law that declared the establishment of the Ministry of Information, and to make the ELBC open to all sector of the country. ELBC shouldn't be for government, or should now be, propounding government messages. It should not be only pro-government as it has been over the years, basically, under the regime of Madam Ellie Johnson Sirleaf, under the regime of Ambassador George Manu Weah, and now we are under the regime of Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai.
So a propaganda arm for the government.
It should not be a propagandistic arm of the government of Liberia. No, it should be an institution, that will solicit the views of each and every Liberian in spite of their political affiliations.
ELBC is close to providing a level playing field for everybody. Be a government, opposition, and whatsoever, and not just for government and pushing. Though they need to support government agenda and other things, promote government programs, but in so doing, they are clothed with the responsibility. That's why they are the state broadcaster, to provide level playing field for everybody. those in the opposition, those who aren't in line with government, how you call it, who are not directly supporting, who are critics. Let me put it that way. Critics of government. You are there to provide a level playing field for everybody. So I think that makes sense.
Well, it's something. It makes sense, but it's something that well, we look forward to seeing, and the feasibility, for me, the possibility of that happening, I think is very slim. You know, yeah, I think
sure.
the possibility of that happening is very slim because, you know, once you have the president kind of appointing individuals, loyal supporters to him at the
staunch supporter.
at ELBC. Definitely, you will have
ELBC
to be one-sided, and this is not strange. That's the way it has been operating, even though it shouldn't be, but that's the way we have, you know, changed the function of the Liberia broadcasting system since the regime of Madam Ellie Johnson Sirleaf. So we look forward to see how this is going to turn out. And for the fact that it's coming from the government itself mouth, and not coming from opposition, and not coming from any other civil society organization, but rather it's coming from a minister that was appointed at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. Well, let's look to see how it plays out. So, folks, don't forget the Spoon 107.5 Mega Dedicated Splash is on your radio. Keep on playing in the soonest possible time. We'll be drawing winners right here this morning. The playing code is *799#, *799#. Select number 3 for Spoon FM. You also want to choose how to pay the playing fee, which is 70 cents US or a 100 LD. And once you approve the payment, or if you're using your airtime to pay the playing fee, of course, you will automatically get into the draw, and you stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars right here on the show. So also, the Comptroller and Accountant General of the Republic of Liberia, Elihu Nite, he has pledged to institute a non-compliance posture if there exists any violation of the PFM law by any appointed officials. So it was a reiteration of what he said before, because he said similar thing a week ago now. So he just reiterated that. So he said that the latest, according to him, heads of ministries and agencies who are having problems with Comptroller for engaging into unwholesome practice should alert the offices of the Comptroller and Accountant General for requisite actions, and that they shouldn't take any arbitrary action. All right. So he's calling on those heads of ministries to inform the offices of the Accountant and Comptroller General to be able to take actions against their staff, because they are directly, assigned with them. So they have, it is in their purview to take any action of such against those individuals. So the heads of the ministries and the agencies should take note and also govern themselves. And then the executive director of the National Identification Registry, Mr. Andrew Peters, has filed a writ of prohibition before the Supreme Court against President Joseph Boakar's nomination of another person to that turning position he occupies. So you already know what's going on currently with tenure positions. President Boakar has appointed a lot of folks to various tenure positions in the country. The legal advisor to the president came up in a statement of recent and said some of those individuals will be compensated That is, they're going to be paid in salaries and benefits for their remaining term. That is, those of them whose tenure have not yet expired, they'll be paid. But some of them who they got evidence on that, evidence of misconduct, and the misconduct could be participating in electoral process in the country.
According to President Keita.
Yeah. If you're in a tenure position, you are not to participate in any kind of electoral process in the country or use government funding to maybe support any kind of campaign activities in the country. But according to Mr. Keita, the Unity Party or the government has pieces of evidence on some of those individuals, and that for them who they have evidence on, the government will not compensate them. But it's something that has, sparked up serious controversy.
Yeah, it has been greeted with mixed reaction.
Yeah, about the procedure that the CDC government is taking, and all of that. So one of the positions, tenure positions that the president appointed someone to was the National Identification Registry. And so the head of that institution has taken the government to court. So we are waiting to see or hear what would be the outcome of that particular case. But folks, it's 53 minutes on the flip side of 9 o'clock, 7 minutes up to 10 o'clock. So very shortly, we will be joining our winners, but let's try to squeeze in a few calls, about some of the talking points we've just brought to your attention. 0-777-777-1075, 0-777-777-1075. We earlier on listened to Yeka Koloba angrily, in his usual angry mood, responding to the recent protest action of students of the Vanguard Student Unification Party at the University of Liberia. You also heard other trending issues in the country. You want to call us on 0-777-777-1075. We take like 3 calls, and then we go to join our winners for today. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning, friend.
Good morning. Let's hear you, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm Matthew Green again. I'm calling from Johnsonville. I listen to Honorable Yeke Koluba. Is Yeke Koluba not part of this government? If he's not part of the government, he has the right. But Yeke Koluba is a lawmaker, and he's an arm to the government. If anything goes wrong, I think Yeke Koluba should go and find a way out in solving the problem, instead of inciting people to cause blame on the government, which is just 1 month in office.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to another person quickly. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
My name is Rosemary, and I'm calling from Duazo.
Let's hear
My
you.
attention has been drawn to this decision by the government to pay off people who are on tenant position. That's a waste of resources, especially for us taxpayers who are paying our money, right? How can you, for any reason, lay these people off and pay them and have another election in their position? They pay them as well. I think that's something that I mean, these are things that we've been doing for the past 6 years, and we are finding ourselves in the same thing again those 6 years. It's really, really discouraging. I'm really, really disgusted about that, and I know a lot of us Nigerians are tired of any sort of thing. So I think we should do better.
Okay.
So we're not stop talking. That's my opinion. I'm going to take a look this morning.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. It's good having you. And that's a very salient point you raised there. It's going to be a waste of resources, because paying those individuals, some of those individuals, for the remaining of that tenure, and then
incorporating new ones.
Recruiting new individuals into the office that you have to pay again for another time is just a waste of of resources. I do agree with you 100%. Now, folks, we have to go to draw our winners. So those of you who have been playing the radio game, thanks for playing. So we have to now draw our winners. 20 persons will be walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars here very shortly. Yes. I mean, I hope you get credit in your phone to call it before.
I'll have you Lone Star have on with you.
Okay. So yeah, and so the first winner, the 3 last digits of your number are 951. Congratulations. If the 3 last digits of your number are 951, I'd like to say congratulations to you. You are one of our winners, walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars here this morning. Okay. The second winner, the 3 last digits of the number are 569. Congratulations. You are walking away with 2,500 Liberian dollars. And the third winner, the 3 last digits of the number are 891. 891. Congratulations. The fourth winner, the 3 last digits of your number are 111. Okay. Congratulations if the 3 last digits of the number are 111. The fifth winner, the 3 last digits of your number are 613. All right. So congratulations to all of you. My colleague will do the rest of the draw. Yep, we will do the rest of the draw. We wouldn't be calling today. I'm sorry. We wouldn't be calling winners. Yeah.
Yes.
We wouldn't be calling winners because
the most important thing, you have received your money.
Problems we have faced with our radio game phone. We got a specific phone here for the radio game that we usually call you via. Yeah, but it's not around this morning, so we apologize for that. But any of you who won, you can call us. Our lines are open until 10 o'clock. 07777771075. If you want, just call us.
Just call us and tell us.
You know, let us know. Hey, you are one of the winners. Yeah. So 07777. Okay, so let's call Lone Star 05551011075. 05551011010 05551011075. So yeah, that's a Lone Star number. You can call us if you can, and tell us that you are one of the winners. Okay, so unfortunately, it's already 10 o'clock, and we have to join our news department to bring you news summary from our news and current affairs department. So thanks to all of you for your listening role.
It was a good show.
Thanks to those of you who have been watching us via Spoon TV, Super TV, Fabric TV, and via our YouTube channel. We'd like to say many thanks. You can join us on the show tomorrow when we hope to be here again with another very, very informative and fascinating edition of the Today Show. My name is Yekezi Zobel, and of course, we have a caller here. I don't know whether this person is calling. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Did you play the radio game?
Yeah. I want to play that radio game, but I said it again.
My man, we're talking about winners. I want to play that radio game. Okay, so folks, it's been a wonderful time. My name is Yekezi Zobe. Coming up next is news summary from our news and current affairs department. Bye-bye.